We are young, we run free, stay up late, we don't sleep.
Good morning to my friends, Miss Ida, Miss Norma, and Miss Anne. I'm Zian, and this is Kip. Today, the profession that our group are going to present is architects. So this is the mind map that we have done a few weeks ago, and it includes the roles, the drawings, and also the stages and process. So before we go into the roles and responsibilities, I need to introduce you guys to a famous architect, which is the Le Corbusier. Le Corbusier is a famous Swiss-French architect. He has won the Royal Gold Medal and also the AIA Gold Medal. His projects include the Heidi Weibel Museum, the Phillips Pavilion, and also the Government College of Arts. And I'm going to present the roles of an architect. People always thought that architect only does the design part, but actually they do more than that. So an architect is the starter. The starter, they are the starter. They are the one who meet with the customers. They are the one who do the first approach to the clients. An architect also do the design part, which everyone knows. So they are also the thinker. They create new ideas and new concepts, and they improvise things. An architect is also a doer. A doer means a person who do something and acts on something. So they don't only just do on the design part, they also involved in the construction side. And last but not least, an architect is also a finalizer. They finalize things and they do the documentation on the laws and regulations and also the paperwork. So now I will be presenting the responsibilities and the tasks of an architect before construction, during construction, and also after the construction. So what does an architect do before construction? The first thing is the customer meeting. They are the ones who approach the clients. They analyze what client needs, and after understand what they want, they do on the research on sites and the costs. And after that, it is good to say that they receive permission to build and to start the project. So when the proposal is done, the architects has to start doing the full design of the project. They need to work with the engineers and the quantity surveyors to work in the detailed workings. So after the detailed design, further changes will result in a body of work. That means you can't change anything after detailed design has been produced. And during pre-construction phase, which is before you enter the during construction phase, the architect needs to prepare the drawings and also the schedules. And the clients need to select their contractors. And after the clients have selected the contractor, we are now entered the during construction stage. So during construction, the contractors may act a big part in the during construction stage, but actually architects, they still need to check on the progress and also need to ensure that the project is running on and stick on the budget. And architects need to deal with the problems and issues because you can't avoid those problems which will happen during the construction. For example, like miscommunication. So an architect needs to learn to deal with it and solve it. So after construction, the architect and the engineers need to test and correct the components of the building. They need to test whether the aircon is functional or the lights are functionable or not. So after analyze the whole performance of the project, after the building is built, they need to apply for the CCC. What is the CCC? CCC is the Certificate of Completion and Compliance. So it is a certificate that is produced by the government to ensure that the building is safe to move in. And an architect needs to respond feedbacks from their clients. And that is all for responsibilities and tasks before construction, during construction, and also after the construction. And I will pass the mic to Kim, where she'll be introducing the ITD part.
Hi everyone, my name is Kim, and now I'll be talking about the drawings made by an architect. When you think about drawings in a construction project, the first person you will think of is an architect. So, well, what most people don't know is that an architect actually goes through a few processes that are involved in the stages of drawing. Stages of drawing is where you can find in the before and after construction, which includes the schematic design, design development, and the construction documents. In schematic design, you have 2 points, which are the bubble diagrams and the preliminary sketch. In the bubble diagram, well, obviously from its name, it's a diagram drawn in the shape of bubbles to help. It acts as a helping tool for the architect to explore the solution as a fast way to record their ideas. It can also be used to represent different kinds of spaces in the plan, varying in its shape to present features of greater importance and of its size. Generally, the bubble diagram can create a rough sense of flow, which is used to develop a more refined plan. Next is the preliminary sketch, which are drawn freehand as the initial plans for projects prepared by the architects during the early planning of the building development. These drawings are not intended to use for the construction, but are used for exploring design concept, materials used, cost estimates, and to be shown to the clients, as well as a basis for preparation of a working drawing. Moving on, we have the design development, which consists of these 6 points. Starting off, we have the site plan, where my team and I will be using Burj Khalifa that is located in Dubai as our example drawings. A site plan is considered as one of the key components in a construction project to be approved. In a site plan, it usually shows the building's footprints, facilities, travelways, and landscaping and garden elements. Next, we have the foundation plan, where its main purpose is to show the location of all the concrete footings, piers, and structural underpinning members required to support the building. As an example, the tiny circles that can be seen on the right are the pilings, and on the left are the structures that are used to support the building. Next, what a building section is a section that shows a view along an imaginary line cut through the building, indicating the structural and construction elements. Basically saying that it's a cross-section of a building, whether the rooms or floors that is within the limits of a fire division can be seen in these types of drawings. A floor plan is a drawing viewed from above, where the drawing shows the interior and hallways, utilities, windows and doors, appliances, interior features, and lastly, the use of all the rooms. As you can see from the slide, are the floor plans of different floors that can be found in Burj Khalifa, and this shows one of the floor plan that is in the residential floor, followed by an example of how a floor plan in a room would look like. As stated before, you can see the doors, the utilities, the functions of each room, and so on and so forth. Next is a roof plan, which is what shows the shape of how a roof is intended or supposed to be. Materials such as the roofing materials, vents, and their location, and the type of underlayment are specified on the roof plan. A roof plan is typically drawn at a scale smaller than a scale used to drawn in a floor plan, and can be drawn in the same shape as the exterior elevations. On the slide is an example of different types of roof plans that are and how it's supposed to be drawn. The last thing we have in the design development is the exterior elevations, where it mainly shows what each side of the building looks like from the outside. The drawing provides the architect with key information about the building heights, overall roof heights, windows, doors, decks, etc., and as seen from the example on the slide. Moving on, we have the construction details, such as the different designs of doors and walls, the shape of stairs available, the different types of toilets and kitchen designs, as well as the measurements that are supposed to be drawn that can be seen in a design development. Now for after construction is where you can find the construction documents. In this phase, the architect prepares the drawing documents such as the blueprints and all the drawings that are found in the design development phase for approval by the owner. In this phase, the architect also assists the owner in preparation of bidding forms, the conditions of the contract, and the form of agreement between the owner and the contractor. As a conclusion, an architect plays a very important role in the construction industry, and without them, the construction development will not start. As for our reflection, this was what my group and I have learned and gained from the given project, as it gives us more information about how and what an architect does, as well as teaching us to be more productive as a team. Thank you.